What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a look at which One Piece set you should be having a look at. And this is a really good time to do so, because OP-10 has just come out. OP-9 has been out for a while, frankly, at this stage, but we all know OP-9 is going down as like one of the best sets we've had so far. But OP-11 is on the horizon. OP-11 is not that far away. So we need to figure out whether we should be going in on OP-10 or whether we should be biding our time and waiting for OP-11, or whether we should just ignore them both entirely and go back to OP-9. I should say OP-11 is the 6th of June, so like just over 2 months away at this stage. Officially, it's only June, but you know the deal. We've seen the distributor listings. We know that we know that it's going to be the 6th of June, unless something weird happens. So don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost certainly going to be the 6th of June. So let's start off then with OP-9, that's the oldest one, and this one's obviously been out for a while. So at this stage, we know everything about this set. And we know that it's a phenomenal set. We know that there's two types of special rares. We've got the OP-05 style, but it includes like Boa Hancock and Nami, which are ridiculous. We know we've got new wanted posters like this Luffy and the Shanks, but they are phenomenal. Way better than the old ones. We know that there's 4 manga rares. We've got all the 4 emperors, including Luffy, which is the really big one. But then we've also got ones like Buggy, for instance, which, you know, there's 4 manga rares in the set. That's pretty cool. Or maybe it's not cool, because there's always a possibility that just means that you got a lower chance of pulling the manga you want, and that's annoying. But also, in addition to the manga, we've got the Goldie Roger manga, which is absolutely like the biggest card we've ever seen in the game. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's one of the secret rares. The other one is Luffy. The secret rares in this set aren't phenomenal. Similarly, we know the treasure rare is Zoro, and it's fine. Oh, sorry, Zoro. It's cool, but it's not the main reason for it. But in the last minute, I've just told you about 2 different types of special rares, all of which are great, and 4 manga rares and a gold manga. This is a gigantic set for the hits. Also, we've got the proper, and I love these, proper manga-haired alternate art leaders, including Shanks, who's incredibly playable, Lim, who with OP-10 is more playable, not the best, but still thereabouts. Buggy, who's hanging around but seems to be missing a little something. Luffy, which has been great but has dropped off a little bit. Nico Robin, who I thought was going to be amazing, but let's face it, maybe isn't. And oh yeah, Blackbeard, Marshall D. Teach, who looks to be post-ban list just the best leader. So we've also got phenomenal leaders in this set. OP-9's been out a while, so I don't need to go into huge detail about exactly all these tiny things, but I'm telling you right now, I've just given you a quick reminder of the main talking points from OP-9. OP-9 is great. In terms of main sets, and we're really focusing in here on main sets, I think the only main set that can really stand up to it is OP-5. As it stands at the moment, up to and including OP-10. It's phenomenal. And I just kind of gave the game away a little bit there, didn't I? OP-10 cannot stand up to OP-9. I don't think that's a controversial statement here. I don't think anyone's looking at this going, whoa, come on, man. Because, no, it can't stand up. It's just not as good. Now, I do love the treasure rare. It is the treasure rare ace. It's obviously phenomenal. And we've got some nice special rares. The Newgate is my favourite. These are like the slice of life ones. And the Uso Hachi is also just fantastic. The secret rares are Luffy and Law, which are fine. And then Law gets the manga rare. But actually, this is one of the bottom 3 manga rares we've had so far. So we get good special rares, but the manga rare, very disappointing in this set as a whole. As for leaders, they're nice and playable, but I don't like the style. We've got the Smoker Leader and the Usopp. These are like the top 2. Usopp did better in the totality of small tournaments. Smoker, however, has spikes in big tournaments in Japan. The Eustace Kid, also a decent leader, seeing a bunch of play, and we've seen a little bit of love for the lore as well. But at this stage, you might be seeing what I've been telling you all along, which is, I don't like the old art leaders here. I don't think the style is particularly good. I'm not a fan of it, and I'm far more of a manga dude than an anime dude when it comes to One Piece. I like watching the anime with my kids. We're very early on. We've just seen Don Krieg go down, but still enjoy it. But I'm very much more of a manga dude than an anime dude when it comes to One Piece. And also, I just don't love the style here. I love the style in OP-9. OP-10, not a big fan. And also, we've got Sugar here, who is very meh as a leader, and Caesar Clown, which is just a complete dud. Guess which old art leader I pulled from my box. But we do have Usopp and Smoker at least, who are like legit top tier decks. They're very, very strong. And like I say, a couple others that are hanging around. OP-10 is fine. The Treasure Rare Ace is brilliant. Some of the special rares are great. And a couple of leaders are very, very playable. Although I don't love the style of the old arts. But the manga is disappointing, and the set as a whole, it just doesn't come that close to OP-9. Not really at all. I love that we've got a Tashigi Smoker and a Smoker Tashigi alternate art. This makes me happy. And they're actually both very playable cards. But the set as a whole is a bit disappointing. I rather suspect this is going to be one kind of like OP-08. Where this one's going to be around a while and the value is going to end up falling. That is not a guarantee. That is a prediction. Because the problem with OP-10 is it is bookmarked either side by redonkulous sets. And make no mistake about it, OP-11 is a redonkulous set. Now, I have to switch to Japanese scans here, because obviously we're a couple months out from OP-11 in English, but that's kind of the whole point of this video, right? The whole point of this video is, let's look ahead to what's coming later. And this is a very good set. We're back to Manga Luffy. Although I'll be honest with you, as far as Manga Luffy's go, this is low value-wise. Significantly lower than the other Manga Luffys we've seen in the past. It's one of the secret rares. The other secret rare is Kobe. But then we have just ridiculous special rares. We've got what I'm going to call the playing card style. And they are absolutely stunning and amazing. Value-wise, they're not actually huge, but we've got ones like Shanks and Sanji that are the top two over in Japan. And then we've got Luffy, Taro, and Shirahoshi, who are kind of your next line there. But they are still just phenomenal. And I do think people are going to go a little bit crazy for these. So the manga is a little disappointing, although still better than like OP-10. And the special rares are absolutely stunning, but value-wise, they're not actually up there as much as you might imagine. But we do also have the anniversary cards, the Gold and Silver Luffy. Now, as they've shaken out, they are ridiculously expensive cards. If we can put it into context, they are not as high as the Manga Luffy from OP-05. Which is the number 2 card in the game right now, value-wise. At least that can be pulled from a pack. And they're not as high as the Gold Roger. This is the end of the list of cards they are not as high as. Again, talking specifically about cards that can be pulled from a pack. Because I'm telling you right now, they are above everything else. Every other card in the game is lower than these two. These are the number 3 and 4 cards in the game right now, and they're both coming in OP-11, which should tell you about what you need to know. This alone is proof of how big this set is going to be. Again, I think the special rares are absolutely stunning. We don't know what the treasure rare is, obviously. And the Manga Luffy is not as high as it could be, but it's still a Manga Luffy. It's fine. But then we get to the leaders, and if we have a look at the leaders, these are decent. I mean, the biggest one here is Luffy, which on release of the set, Luffy just jumped up to be the best leader in the game. Now, whether it's going to stay there, I don't know. We're still early in this set as it stands at the moment, but it just jumped up to be the best leader in the game. It's phenomenal. We've got a Nami, which has got potential, but not quite showing it off yet. I mean, it's been winning a bunch of little tournaments over in Japan, don't get me wrong, but it's not been the best deck in the format. It's been fine. We can say a very similar thing about Charlotte Katakuri. Won a few events over in Japan, lots of potential, not crushing it yet. Kobe has also been popping around, winning a few events, maybe a couple more than the others. It's hard to know exactly, but still doing pretty well. Jinbei has actually, now this one is getting quite rare, but I've seen a couple of Jinbei lists popping up and around winning, which is awesome. And then Shirahoshi is also a leader in the set. I've seen, looking at the flagship battles over in Japan, like I say, bunch of Luffy. The other four I've seen popping up, nominally maybe Nami is the second most there. But I've not seen Shirahoshi, at all. Has not been popping up at all. Jinbei is pretty rare to see. There's a few Kobe around. There's a few Katakuri around. Nami, like I say, coming second to Luffy at the moment. Luffy, arguably the best deck in the format right now. Luffy is going nuts. Shirahoshi is not there. Oh yeah, and those manga events that debuted in OP-10? Yeah, we got 3 of them here. 3 of them! And the one we had was a pretty big deal in OP-10. So, what I'm saying is, you add this all together, and OP-11 is a special set. Obviously, the 2 anniversary cards, absolutely huge. But we've got the Luffy leader, which is phenomenal. The leaders as a whole are good. The special rares as a whole are pretty good. There's a lot to love here. But the manga Luffy in OP-11 is not as good as the manga Luffy in OP-9, and they've got the other mangas. The anniversary cards in OP-11 is not as good as the Gold Roger in OP-9. The special rares in OP-11 are not as good as the special rares in OP-9. So OP-11, great set. And if you want to pick it over OP-9, I ain't going to be offended. But I think if we try and look as objectively as possible, I think OP-9 still wins. OP-11, incidentally, still massively above OP-10. I'm afraid OP-10 is a clear loser in this trio. But make no mistake about it, 9 and 11 are phenomenal sets. So there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these sets. Tell me which are your preferred favorites. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Good us. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.